Hello students, till now we have completed two sessions of Geography Chapter 1, and in that two sessions we have discussed the entire chapter along with the PPT or with the help of PPT. Now this third session is for reading purpose. Now in this session we are going to read the entire chapter, and along with the reading we will be also discussing the PowerPoint presentation. For that, students, I'll be sharing a PDF form textbook with you, and you are supposed to carry your own textbook and pencil along with you. Okay, students, we'll be starting reading of the chapter. At the same time, the places or whenever I'm asking you to underline, you need to underline some important points from the text. So, students, be ready with your textbooks and required material. So, here I'm sharing textbook with you, and you also need to carry your own one. Okay, students. So, we will start with the reading of chapter 1, environment. Okay, after the long vacation, when Ravi started going to school again, he noticed that the only playground next to his school was dug up. People said that a huge building with many flats will be constructed there. Ravi was almost in tears when he realized that the big playground with its soft grass, marigolds, and butterflies is gone forever. He shared his feelings with his classmates. In the assembly, the principal sadly observed, "See how our environment is changing." In the class, Ravi asked his teacher, "What is environment?" "Whatever you see in your surroundings," said the teacher. Ravi thought aloud. That means the school building, tables, chairs in the classroom, even that open field, the road, the garbage, my friend, all are part of our environment. Yes, said the teacher. But wait, some objects are created by nature. For example, mountains, rivers, trees, animals. Others are made by people. For example, road, cars, clothes, and books. Now, work in pair. Make a list with your classmate sitting next to you of the creations of nature and by human beings. Students, I had told you to do this activity at your home also. I hope you have done that. Let's start. Ravi, Paramjit, Jesse, Mustafa, Ash were all excited about making the list. Why is our environment changing? Asked Iqbal. It was all because of our needs. They are increasing day by day. We are therefore modifying and at the time even destroying our surroundings. The teacher replied. Okay, students. Now again there is a blue box on the first page. Let's go to it. Blue box. Environment is our basic life support system. It provides the air we breathe, the water we drink, the food we eat, and the land where we live. How do humans begin modify this natural environment? The car fumes pollute the air. Water is collected in a pot. Food is served in vessel, and land is used to build factories. Human beings make cars, miles, factories, and manufacture containers. This is how human begins to modify natural environment. Now let's move to the next part, students. Okay, so here we have finished the first part of the chapter. Okay, students, from the above conversation, you have understand that the place, the people, things, and nature that surround any living organism is called environment. It is a combination of natural and human made phenomenon, while the natural environment refers to both biotic and abiotic conditions existing on the earth. Human environment reveals the activities, creation, and the interaction among human beings. Again, students, on page number 2, they have given components of environment. So now let's study the components of environment. Components of environment are natural, human, and human made. In natural environment, we have water, air, land, and living things. In human, we have individual, family, community, religion, education, economic, political situation. And in human made, buildings, parks, bridges, roads, monuments, and industries. So this can be stated as components of environment. Again, on the same page, you have two boxes, that is biotic and abiotic environment. So biotic environment means the world of living organism, that is plants and animals. Abiotic environment, the world of non-living elements, that is land. Okay, students. Now let's start the next part of the chapter, that is natural environment. Natural environment. Natural environment, land, water, air, plants, and animals comprise of the natural environment. You are familiar with the meaning of lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere, and biosphere from your previous class. Let us learn some more facts about these domains. Lithosphere. Lithosphere is the solid crust of the hard top layer of the earth. Underline, student, this part. It is made up of rocks and minerals and covered by a thin layer of soil. It is an irregular surface with various landforms such as mountains, plateaus, plains, valleys, etc. Landforms are found over the continents and also on the ocean floors. Lithosphere. Lithosphere is the domain that provides us forest, grasslands for grazing, land for agriculture, and human settlements. It is also a source of mineral wealth. Next, The domain of water is referred as hydrosphere. Underline students. It compares of it comprises of various sources of water and different types of water bodies like rivers, lakes, seas, oceans, etc. It is essential for living organisms. Now, before going to the next domain, let's go with the word origin on the same page. We have already studied this, students. Environment is a French word, envoyer, which means neighborhood. Okay, students. Let's start with the next domain. The atmosphere is the thin layer of air that surrounds Earth. The gravitational force of Earth holds the import atmosphere around it. It protects us from the harmful rays and scorching heat of the sun. It consists of a number of gases, dust, and water vapor. The changes in the atmosphere produce changes in the weather and climate. Okay, plants and animal kingdom together makes the biosphere. Underline students, or the living world. It is a narrow zone of the earth where land, water, and air interact with each other to support life. So these were all four major domains of the environment. Now let's start with the next part. What is an ecosystem? Okay, ecosystem. Fine. At an NCC camp that Ravi's class was attending, Jesse exclaimed, "What a heavy down throw! It remain it reminds me of my home in Kerala. You should come and see how it pours and pours and pours over the lush green fields and coconut plantation." Hira from Jaisalmer exclaimed, "We get no rains. We see only kikra and sand as far as the eyes can see." "But you also find camels," said Ravi. "Yes." Hira says, "Not just camels. If you visit our desert, you will see snakes, lizards, and many insects too." Ravi wondered, why do the animals, the vegetation, and the way people live varies from place to place? Are they all related to each other? "Oh, yes, very much so," the teacher replied. "All plants, animals, and human beings depend on their immediate surroundings. Often, they are also interdependent on each other. This relation between the living organism as well as the relation between the organism and their surroundings together and together form an ecosystem. There could be an ecosystem of a large rainforest, grassland, desert, mountains, lakes, a river, ocean, and even a small pond. Do you think the park in which Ravi and his friends played formed an ecosystem? Think on it. So let's start the last part now of the chapter. Human environment. Human beings interact with the environment and modify it according to their needs. Early humans adapted themselves to the natural surroundings. They lead a simple life and fulfill their requirements. fulfill their requirements from the nature around them. With time, needs grew and became more varied. Humans learn new ways to use and change environment. The wheels were invented. See, the wheels were invented. Surplus food was produced. Barter system emerged. Trade started and commerce developed. Industrial revolution enabled large-scale production. Transportation became faster. Information revolution made communication easier and speedy across the world. Have you ever thought why you love eating a juicy watermelon in summer and hot roasted peanuts in winter? A perfect balance is necessary between natural and human environment. Humans must learn to live and use their environment in harmonious way. Okay, students, now let's go to the other part. Do you know? Okay, now on 5th June every year, World Environment Day is celebrated. And again, we need to study about the barter system. Barter system, it is a trade in which goods are exchanged without the use of money. Okay, students. So now last part. Noori, a girl from Mizoram, from Ravi's class, often talks about the lush green surroundings of her place. Seeing Ravi upset at having a lots his playground, Noori invited him to visit her home stay during the coming vacation. Ravi's teacher asked the student to draw the landscape, houses, and activities of the people and the place they visit during the holidays. So, students, this was all about the chapter. Now, let's start with the explanation of our PPT, which already we have discussed. Okay, students, so let's start with the PPT explanation from the first part. Meaning of environment. Now, the word environment is derived from the French word environner, which means surroundings. It is our basic life support system. In a simple term, whatever we see in our surrounding, collectively called as environment. That is, the people, place, things, and nature. The environment cannot be the same at all places or zones of the earth, which already we have discussed. Okay, these are means environment is divided into two parts: natural and human made environment. So again, with the chart explanation, elements of environment: natural, human, and human made. Natural, air, water, land. Humans, individual, families, and communities. Now, human made consists of things which are done by human beings, like monuments, roads, buildings. You can list many things in this. Now, let's start with the first type of environment, that is natural environment. All those things that naturally existing around us are together called natural environment. Example, plants, animals, land, water, etc. It is further divided into biotic and abiotic environment. Students, environment is a combination of both natural and man-made things. Further, this natural environment can be classified as follows: biotic and abiotic. Biotic environment. This environment includes the world of living organisms. Example, human beings, plants, and animals. Abiotic environment. This refers to the world of non-living elements. Example, air, water, and land. So here is a chart which tells you elements of environment in that one natural, in that two parts again, biotic and abiotic. Biotic environments, sun, water, air, land. Abiotic, plants, animals, fungi and bacteria. Next part, major domains of the environment. Four major domains of the environment are lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere, and biosphere. Then ecosystem. Ecosystem refers to the interaction of organisms with one another and with their environment. It means all plants, animals, and human beings are depend on each other. Example, a grassland, desert, lake, or an ocean. Now, what is an human environment? Human environment is the creation between human beings and the environment. Humans learn new ways to use and change the environment. Here we had discussed an example of a bench from your classroom. I hope you remember, students. Humans started to modify natural environment according to their needs. Okay. Example, invention of wheel and industrial revolution. So students, this was all about your chapter, geography chapter 1, environment. Okay. So students, now here we have completed the 3 sessions of geography chapter. In our next session, we'll be starting with the civics chapter. Till then, you need to solve your sheets, activities, and the assignment which is being given to you. So, till your next class, be happy, be safe. Thank you, students.